Thanks for tuning in to Well Trained Hair. First things first, let me say thank you for continuing to support me and follow me on all of my platforms as I continue to try and grow the Well Trained Hair brand. Second of all, I want to say thank you also for not letting up and continuing to demand and request this video from me, because if you guys hadn't, I would have kept delaying it and I don't want to disappoint. So here is the Well Trained Hair self roller set tutorial. Um, the video jumps right into the tutorial. Actually, let me be honest. I forgot to start the camera, so it starts while the set is in progress, but I promise you, you didn't miss a whole lot. I start the set at my second roller. I intentionally did all the prep work for the set off of camera because I wanted to keep the video as short and to the point as possible. So I did all of my pre-sectioning and applying my products prior to the video started. But if you have any questions about that part, please drop your questions in the comments or hit me up on Instagram and I'll reply. If there's enough demand for it, I will do a future tutorial with those steps. But otherwise, here's the video. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope it answers all your questions. Please see the video through till the end because there is some commentary at the end that I think you guys might enjoy. Thanks.
Okay, ladies, as I mentioned in the introduction to the video, I started recording after I had already started the set. So you're seeing me start off with my third roller. This is actually my first ever roller set using the purple rollers. They are much larger than the size that I prefer, but my hair has significantly grown over the past couple of months, so I had to adjust the size of the rollers just to make sure that I can get all of the hair rolled and all of the rollers fit like I need them to. I will probably eventually go back down to my smaller size. I will say when I took the set out and the next day, the curls and the crown where I used the purple rollers fell a whole lot faster than I would have liked them to. So ladies, one of the things that may jump out to you in this video is the fact that my hair is not soaking wet. I would like to add that your hair should be soaking wet when you are setting it. For me, that is not the case because my hair dries out faster than what I can move through it on wash day. It was actually soaking wet when I was sectioning it off to prepare for the roller set, but by the time I got that done, it had already started drying out. It's more of an issue on the ends of my hair than it is the roots. I think as I am continuing to grow the straighter hair out and relax the new growth with the leaving a little bit more texture behind, that my roots and the mid shaft are more low porosity and the ends are more high porosity. So the ends look a little more drier than the roots are. So one of the things that is, a plus about continuing to add water throughout your set is you're continuing to add hydration and much needed moisture to the hair. Secondly, adding more water to the hair, specifically the ends. As you see, I will focus on the ends a lot when I'm re-wetting my hair. It makes it much easier to smooth the ends around the roller. Getting the ends smoothed around the roller is very, very important. If the ends are not smooth, if they're all jumbled up, when you take the rollers out and you begin to comb your hair, you will experience some breakage. So make sure those ends are soaking wet. Make sure they are smoothed around the roller. All right, so next let's talk a little bit about sectioning the hair for the roller set. I think it is very important when you are self roller setting to pre-section the hair. I section mine off in the middle, on the sides, the corner, and then the back. And as I move through those sections as you see me doing here. I part them even smaller to line up with the size of the rollers. For me, my hair is very thick, it's very dense. It just makes it much easier to move through it, working with it in sections, and it also allows me to move through it a little faster. Parting is also a very, very important factor. It does not have to be exact, but I do try to get the parts as straight as possible. That prevents you from having to repart later on. It prevents you from catching the already rolled hair with the comb as you are rolling. All right, so let's delve a little bit into smoothing the hair. Now, admittedly, because I am anal retentive, I like my roller sets to be perfect. I probably overly smooth my hair. I think a part of it is out of habit because I've been doing this so long, but you will see me throughout the set comb through some sections over and over and over again. And even if I have to restart the piece, I will smooth through it again. That's very important to me also, is because early on in my roller set days, when I didn't stress getting the hair perfectly smoothed around the rollers and all the kinks out, as I mentioned before, once the hair dries and you take the rollers out, it can lead to breakage, and we don't want that. So one thing you will notice with this roller after I get the magnetic clamp on, it is a little loose. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a clip and clip it so it stays tight to the head. This is going to happen when you are self roller setting. Um, in my opinion, I think it is extremely hard to get the roller as tight to your head as it would be if a professional were rolling your hair or somebody else who is well versed in roller setting. So you see, you place the clip at the bottom of the roller, and that will keep it tight and in place. So let's talk about the direction that you roll the hair. In cosmetology school and in the salons, roller sets are done rolling all of the rollers down or rolling them under. You will notice throughout my video, I'm going to flip my rollers all different kind of ways. I do that for three reasons. Number one, it helps to make sure or give enough real estate on the head to make sure that all of the rollers are going to fit. I use a lot of rollers on my head. Secondly, it helps me keep all of the rollers on base. I will explain later on in the video what that means. And third, I like my hair to be full of volume. I like flips. I like curls, so rolling it in different directions gives me that effect. You don't have to do it, but I like to do it, and these are the reasons why. All right, so I think this is a perfect spot for me to go ahead and dive into what I mean when I say I roll on base. So basically, the base refers to the placement of the roller. There's three positions. You can roll on base, off base, or a half base. I'm not going to talk about the other two because I have never done them. I don't do them. I don't like them. I roll on base. In layman's term, that basically means that the roller, when you roll the hair down to the base of the scalp, the roller is sitting basically on top of that square, that section of the hair that you have parted. You are basically like rolling the curl all the way down to the scalp where the hair ends. That's going to give you a curl from top to bottom, whereas if you roll off base, it gives you more of a relaxed curl at the scalp and it's a little bit more flat. So that's all that means. All right, so now I'm moving on to the corner section of my hair. So for me and for a lot of people, this corner section can be very difficult. The thickness of my hair makes it a little difficult. So this is an area where you are probably going to see me take out the rollers, and repart. But once I get it going by about the second or third roller, it does get a little easier. This is an area of my hair, particularly where I tend to turn the rollers different kind of ways. And for this section, it is primarily just to get the rollers to fit. If you do not get the rollers to fit in the corner section of your hair properly, it is going to throw the rest of your roller set off. So when you are doing your sets, keep that in mind. Moving on, so I think this angle is a perfect angle for me to talk about like the actual technique of rolling. See, right there, gotta repart it, gotta make the section smaller. So I think another huge hurdle with roller sets is being able to secure the hair on the roller. So once you get the ends smoothed around, there is a technique in keeping the roller in place, keeping the roller taut, keeping tension on it so you can get it all the way down to the scalp. So if you pay attention, I think it's going to be a little difficult to see, but throughout the video, just pay attention to my fingers. So when I'm rolling the hair, I'm always going to have one finger inside of the roller. It may be my pointer finger. It may be my thumb. Once I get the roller going, see, so right there, I stuck that pointer finger in there. And if you pay attention, my thumbs are what I'm going to refer to as the anchor. I am putting pressure on the roller from the inside out with my thumbs, and I apply that pressure until I get the roller rolled all the way down to the scalp. Now this was a really, really good roll right here. So I'm going to reiterate what I was just saying. See how I inserted my finger in the roller? I'm using my thumbs to anchor the roller and put pressure on it. And then additionally, one thing that you want to notice is as I'm rolling down, I'm actually turning the roller. If you turn the roller as you're rolling it down, that helps to smooth the hair around the roller as you are rolling it. Now, one thing that you're going to peep in this video is that I'm going to stand, I'm going to sit, I'm going to turn, I'm going to flip. I'm going to be at all different type of angles while doing this roller set. I do what needs to be done to get the set done and to get it done right. Now, I'm not skilled enough to be able to do a roller set without being able to see the back of my head. So if you look behind me, you see that I have a mirror set up behind me, just as well as the one that is in front of me. This helps me see the back of my head. It is very helpful. I can see when my parts are off. I can see when the roller is not right. I can see when the hair is falling off of the roller. It is nothing worse than getting through a set and then seeing the back of it and it's all screwed up. So if you can set a mirror up so you can see the back of your head, I encourage you to do so. Um, Unless you are that skilled where you can roll the back of your head without having to look at it. Additionally, patience is a virtue. When I first started trying to teach myself how to roll a stick, it was the most frustrating thing ever, and I thought I was never going to get it. There were definitely a lot of times where I was practicing and I was trying to do it where I didn't get past the second roller. There were times where I probably got halfway through my head, and then when I got to the corners in the back, I had to take the rollers out. What made the difference was when I really just started um, taking my time, setting my wash day up to allow myself to take the time that I needed to get through the roller set, no matter how long it took. So give yourself enough time and be patient. All right, ladies. So I want to encourage you at this point to watch the entire video. The process gets better, it gets smoother as I continue through the set, and you're gonna notice that. I mean, I think every time I roller set my hair, starting it off always starts off a little bumpy, no matter how long I do this. But for the most part, I have shared with you my gems for a successful roller set. In the event I did not address a question that you have about roller setting, or if you need clarity on anything that I shared, please drop it in the comments or feel free to dialogue with me on Instagram. I also want to point out, if you do see the video all the way through to the end, there is some commentary at the end that I think you guys would like to hear. Also, the video does get better in terms of quality. The entire time that I was recording, I did not realize that my camera was dirty until I got to the tail end. So the quality of the video does get much better. So enjoy the rest of the set.
All right, ladies, that completes my self roller set tutorial. So this is a process. But before I go under the dryer, I just want to share a couple of things that for the most part, there is a taught way that you are supposed to do your sets, but I believe in stirring away from the beaten path to get, the job done. I've been roller setting my hair for so long that for the most part, I kind of go based off of how I feel. I can feel when the sections are too big. I can feel when the sections, are off. Additionally, don't expect to go through this and there be no hiccups. As you'll see throughout the video, I definitely had to redo some pieces. That happens, all the time when I am self-setting my hair. If you pay attention, when I got to the back of my hair closer to the nape, I definitely struggled. I had to take some pieces in and out just simply because that's that weird, hair on my neck. Also, that's the most problematic part of my hair. It's more fragile. It's a lot thinner. And then a little bit further up from the neck, my hair is cut in an A-line. So that hair is kind of cut blunt, but not so much. So it makes it a little difficult to get that hair around the rollers. So there is a lot of manipulating for me when it comes to setting that part of my hair. Additionally, as you can see that I do have some purple rollers in my hair. For the most part, through all the years that I've been roller setting my hair has really been like chin length and above. Now that it's growing, I am having to adjust a little bit in some areas in terms of the roller size, but for the most part, I'm gonna try to keep them at the medium size rollers that I usually use, but up here in the crown, I am gonna use these bigger rollers when I am self roller setting because it just makes it easier to get through the set. Another thing that you probably noticed is that I smooth the hair a lot. I don't care how pretty the set is or not. The two most important things with pulling off a great roller set is smoothing through the hair, making sure that the ends are smoothly wrapped around the rollers, and then re-wetting the hair. As you see, you did not see me apply any additional product. I just kept re-wetting my hair with water. I do use filtered water to re-wet my hair simply because I do have a filtered shower head, so it doesn't make sense to go through the one part of the process of wash day with filtered water to roll it with non-filtered water. So there is filtered water in my bottle. And then also don't get stuck on the directions of the rollers. I like my hair kind of curly and volume. So I meant voluminous, not volume. So I do intentionally flip my rollers different ways. But sometimes it's unintentional. Sometimes I have to flip the roller sideways or in a different direction, up versus down, to get it to fit within the set. So this is a tutorial that you all been waiting for. I hope it's clear. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments. Thanks for continuing to support me. Thanks for continuing to follow. And as I continue to grow this platform, I hope I can start offering you some well-trained tools and products to help you get through your roller sets. Oh, and before I go, let me do a spin of the set. So this is the front, this is the top, and this is the back and the side.